Hello everybody. So this is a webinar that will introduce the Google apps that we've installed on your machine. And those apps include Google Chrome, Google Apps. It's called Google Apps. All it is just 3 links. And I'll get to that in the presentation. And Affixa. You all know what Google Chrome is. If you don't, it's just a web browser, just like Internet Explorer. Google Apps are 3 links that forward you to your Google Docs, your Google Calendar, and your Google Mail. Okay? And the third application is Affixa. Affixa is just a third-party software that allows us to make Gmail your default Windows email program. Okay, so what Affixa also does is it enables you to easily send documents to your Gmail, send attachments to your Gmail inbox, or it actually sends it to the drafts. But if you didn't have Affixa, if you would click the Send To button here, this Send To button, without this Affixa application, this won't work. It'll actually tell you no default email selected. So Affixa is definitely a good program if you use this feature a lot, including the envelope feature in Adobe. So, and I'll show you what that looks like right now. If you didn't know, that feature is right here. This is the Send To button in Adobe. Okay. So I'll get started with the presentation first by showing you the very first error that you will see after Affixa is installed. And if Affixa has already been installed in your machine, then you probably already selected Don't Send or the X. But this is the first error, and I'll show you why. So right here, we're just going to hit Don't Send, and that goes away. But if you see, you have a green circle down here. This is called the Affixa Tray application. Initially, when Affixa is installed, it does launch, which is a bad thing. It's good, but it's also bad. It launches, and if you double-click it, it looks the same. It acts the same as if you were not, if it were working, but it actually is not working. So we click Affixa Options, and I'll show you why it's not working. So we're going to set up the default mail program, and you'll see what happens when you don't close the current Affixa application before you open it. I actually recommend, I'm telling everybody to just restart. That way they don't have to just close it and then open it. It's just an easy just restart or reboot, and they're back to getting their mail. So right here in username, we're going to type in our username. Mine's already there, but it's same as your Windows username. And down here in mode, if it says IMAP, you want to change that to HTTP. Okay, if you're at Cerritos. If you're anywhere outside of Cerritos, then you can leave that as IMAP. But in Cerritos, because of the network settings that we have already configured, we ask everybody to choose HTTP, otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm going to hit also go to Preferences, make sure these settings are all here and correct, look the same. Then I'm going to go to Extras, and I'm going to choose Google Chrome as my default browser. It's already chosen because probably because I've installed and uninstalled this application several times. So I'm just not, but I'll show you guys what it does. See, it gives you a choice between all the web browsers that you guys have installed. I chose Google Chrome, and I highly recommend that you guys also choose Google Chrome. However, making it your default browser in Affixa is not the same as making it your Windows default browser. So just to clear that up, you don't want to make Google Chrome your default browser just yet, because if you do and you use Sunsoft a lot, well, Sunsoft is not compatible with Google Chrome, so you're going to run into many issues if if you use Google Chrome as your default browser, because when you click the link in Sunsoft, it's going to open in Google Chrome. So just leave Internet Explorer as your default browser. When you first, moving aside from this Affixa installation, I'll show you guys what you guys don't want to do. So when you guys first initially start Google Chrome, it's going to ask you, Google Chrome isn't your default browser, set it as default, or don't ask again. Click don't ask again, and if you've already hit set as default, that's okay. I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So we're going to click don't ask again, and if you guys already set it as your default, go to Start, Internet Options, Internet